YouTube, what it do? It's your boy Steph. Remember with another video today, man. So today's topic, we'll be talking about how we first freed ourselves. Steph, what do you mean by how we first freed ourselves? So back in the day, it was around the Abraham Lincoln era type shit. But like, I think a little bit before, because Harriet was already doing what she was doing. But it came a time to where our people, our ancestors, our lineages and shit. Well, I'm gonna be real, my lineages stayed. My folks stayed. Like, my folks always thought it'll get greater, like it'll be better type shit. And for the most part, it did get better, like systematic wise. Well, not even better. It got more fucked up, but it's like we're in a better point in our lives. So basically, most of all the people, like most of all the slaves, they was really down south. You have to understand, like most of everybody was down south. So when you like have people that was going up to Chicago or going up to New York or going up to anywhere of those northern states, Virginia, all that. Well, I think Virginia is considered down south. I think Virginia is considered down south or east. No, I'm not sure. But when some people ancestors were going up north, they really was from down south, but they wanted their freedom. And something that our people noticed, like once they fought for their freedom back, because bro, people get tired, like, and then some people get fed up to the point to where they explode. And I understand why like my people, ancestors, y'all are my people and I'm yours type shit. But I understand why your ancestors went up north, because no one really wanted to do this shit. Like, this was like the most basically what was going on back then. It was a lot more cruel. Like our ancestors were getting beaten, taken advantage of, all types of shit. They even had the kids working at an early ass age. The kids was doing something that master wanted them to do. And when our lineages started going up north, they was leaving in like big chunks. Like how they made it seem like in the movies and shit, like people going like a little at a time, going at big chunks, like thousands at a time. And then it's like once they got back up, once they got to these northern states, the northern states couldn't send them back, even though there was a thing to where the people, like the masters and shit, like the people in the south, like, because they was like, all you have to understand, all of them was in like the same circle, so they damn near knew each other. So but it's like once you get to a certain point, like on land, they're like free people, and they notice that, like, if I get to this certain point, if I get to this certain state, I'm a free person. Like, I'm not a slave anymore. So that's what they started doing. And the South, like, they try to make it a thing to where they were trying to get them to send them back down south, and it was like they couldn't do that because it was so many of us, and they was basically demanding, like, hell no, we ain't going back. Y'all got us fucked up. Y'all ain't gonna fight all of us. Y'all can't fight all of us. Why are y'all trying to send us back to that fucked up place that we just worked so hard to escape? Bro, you have to understand, bro. Running for your freedom, bro, it wasn't no short shit. Like, you had to go through shit like woods, sleeping on the ground, all that shit, sleeping in that shit, crawling all over you. You might fuck around and run into an animal like a fox. You might fuck around and run into a coyote, anything out there in the wild. Like, in the wild, you don't know what the fuck you gonna run out there into, a bear, anything. So it's like, our people was not going for this shit. They were like, hell no, we not going back. Like, and this is how like they started. The men, they got into like the Navy and shit like that, and then that's when the women, like our ancestors women, that's when they started to like become cooks and stuff like that. And you also had other women. You had women that cook, and you had women that were spies. Harriet Tubman, she was a Union Army spy, so she went through her training and all that shit. So she was able to free as many people as she could, because she was that, like, they really enlightened her when she was in the Union Army, when she went up north and shit. So once she got back, like, she was coming back for family, all that shit. Like, she was coming back for damn near everybody. And she was getting away every time, just getting away with that shit, just getting away. And it was amazing to me, because I was like, damn, like, it's like she did the shit so many times to where, like, she remembered, like, where to go. Like, she remembered the path. Because it's like, y'all remember the Underground Railroads and shit like that. And, yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, we can do that shit now. We're just in a more system type of thing now. Like, back then, it wasn't really a system. It was like coming along. It was getting to that point to where it will become a system, but it wasn't that far, like, it was far away from that becoming an actual system. Which, rather, we live in an actual system now. We are our ancestors' offsprings and shit. Offsprings off offsprings of offsprings and shit. So when we go through this shit, like, when we going through those times with, like, people not hearing us and shit like that, bro, we got to get up. We got to stand together. A lot of people not going to hear what I'm saying, because they really don't give a fuck, and they don't care until it show up to their front door. And kudos to you, but ain't nobody going to be there to help you if you showing that type of attitude towards things. Because we all got to be here for each other. We all got the same color of our skin. Like, we are the original people of this land. They didn't discover shit. We was already here. They lied. They told you his story. They didn't tell you our history. They told you his story. They wrote themselves into our fucking history. And that's the fucked up part about all this shit. Writing yourself into our history, knowing damn well you was never in it, but you want to feel so important to where we don't even question motherfuckers. That's what I'm saying. Like, a whole nother thing with the school system. Like, they tell you what the fuck they want to tell you. They dumb you down enough to where they want you to believe in what they told you. And if you didn't believe and you went with your own mind, you would fail. That's why I told you I never liked school. School was ass to me. I used to hate waking up in the morning going to fucking school. I gotta be there 8 hours. Why I gotta be there 8 hours? Why can't I be there for 4? And have the other 4 for practice or something like that. And, when I was playing like sports and shit in high school, but that's neither here or there. It just was a lot of bullshit, bro, because W.E.B. Du Bois, he wrote a book back in like 19 or 18. He wrote a book back in 1935 called The Black Reconstruction. And that book basically telling, like, the reader, like, the person who's reading, that our black people actually won before. Like, we actually beat these niggas before. It's just, everyone is at that point to where they're scared, like, how things gonna go out and shit like that. Bro, like, me being honest with y'all, I would die for a good cause. As long as it's a good cause, I'm not down for no dumb shit. A good cause, I'm with you, right or wrong. Well, I'm with you when you right. Can't say right or wrong in this situation. But, yeah, bro, like, you have to understand how they designed this system for us. Like, this system was not meant for us to thrive. It was meant for it to go against us every fucking time. We don't supposed to win. We really don't supposed to win. We really supposed to be, like, more advanced slaves. To the point to where, nigga, they made money to the point to where they made that shit damn near unattainable. You got to go out here and get a job, woo-woo. If you get lucky, you blow up type shit. You make money off that. But it's like, bro, it's all this fucking world is really consumed with this, like, money and shit. Everybody thinking about money. Money. It's not that fucking important, bro. It's not. And that's why I say, like, I just want us all to be free from all this shit, bro. Those are spells that they put on us, the money spell, all this shit. Like, they put spells on us way back then because we were teaching them our ways and shit. And they stabbed us in back by using our own magic against us because they was jealous because they couldn't actually do it because and we was the original people of this land. And you just sit back and think like, damn, y'all really had to do all this just to like make us vibe low. Like, you don't, like, motherfuckers don't really be giving a fuck about what you got going on. Like, they just want you vibe low. That's their whole ordeal. We just want you to vibe low. That's all we want you to do. Vibe low fucks with your energy. Vibe low fucks with your mental. All that shit. Because then, if you ain't got that, you lost in the world, bro. Being able to really understand where we come from. That's why when people ask me, like, Steph, you okay? Nigga, I might shed a tear for them because, bro, only if we can imagine what they went through, and we really can't even imagine because they was the only ones there. Shit really hurt your feelings once you just sit there and think about it. People ain't did nothing to y'all, but that's how y'all feel, though. Yeah, bro, I had this video for y'all. I hope y'all enjoy it. It's my born day, so I ain't doing nothing to the morning. I'm celebrating right now. Get rest. Oh yeah, I forgot to add this. It's like when we escape, it's like they prepared for it. Like, that's something that I just realized. Like, I had to add this on to the video. It's like they prepared for us to like rebel against them and like not be like physical slaves, and like now we're mental. So like if you it's like we're modern day slaves now. Like, in this time, like, we're still slaves. It's just in a different way. We don't really have to sneak to do shit. Like, that, no one's gonna fucking kill you for reading. Like, no one's gonna do that. It's just what they have a problem with is like once you get to digging too deep into shit to where they know about it, but they know most people don't know about it. And it's like, you know about it and you exposing it, that's when they gonna start getting on your ass. Cause that's what just happened to what's the bro name? Joe Flex. It's something like that, but he was like he fucked around and came across like all the Bibles and shit like that. So he started like reading and shit like that, and a lot of people, they started to like understand, like, damn, like, why we never like heard these versions, because it wasn't meant for you to know them. Like, yes, God left it for us, but when they got their hands on it, they ain't do shit but alternate. Like, basically they edited it. And they started to make different versions. So like the King James version and shit like that, they edited it to a point where they had control over slaves physically and mentally, because the King James version did that. Because the King James version, I think it was something about like obey your master or something like that in there. And like people started to like realize what that shit was saying. Like, what the fuck? Like, what this shit mean? Like, so they had to revise it. That's why they made the New Testament version. And they just edited it a little bit more and added a little bit. So it's like you can understand it, but it's like they're not telling you the whole thing. But God left the whole thing for us though. But they don't want us to read into it because they'll know like people would start waking up type shit from reading that. A lot of us, well, not a lot of us, some of us can wake up just by like hearing certain shit. So it'd be like, whoa. And then you'll just realize it like out of nowhere. You'll just start seeing shit for what it is and not what you want it to be. Because that's what a lot of us do. We see shit for what we want it to be when you should really see it for what it is. Like, being able to see it for the truth and not your perception of things. Because sometimes our perception will throw us off to the point to where we think we know what we're talking about, but the whole time we don't. And that's why I tell people, I just give advice, bro. Like, I'm not telling people like what to do or anything like that. I'm here if you need like an opinion or something, or if you kind of think the way I think, like we can kind of like bond off like topics and shit that you want to talk about. And a lot of people, they really don't be understanding that. But yeah, it's like they was prepared for us to rebel and not want to be like Bill School anymore. So they set up a whole system. Like, it's like they had already had it in the works, if that makes sense. Like, it's like they already saw it coming. Most likely they did already see it coming, because life is strange, bro. Like, you can real life jump timelines and shit. Like, you can end up in a different timeline. Like, every decision you make, you're going into a different timeline. So, yeah, bro. Like, understanding where you live at, understanding where we are. A lot of people don't see it that way that I just said. Like, a lot of people think you're supposed to do this shit. You're supposed to work 40 hours a week and have a 2-day weekend, which we really don't have a 2-day weekend. I'm talking about that tomorrow. Yeah, I had to finish that. I had to bring that back to y'all, bro. And it's like, I had to explain that because I didn't add that in the original video. I just was talking about us escaping and not really returning back to it, just in a different form. So, yeah. I love y'all. Positive energy always create elevation. Steph gone.